Ah ja, wenn jetzt Amethyst hier nicht gewinnen kann, dann weiß ich es auch nicht.
So they're going to come out barking early. Very aggressive start. Chromacon is the
they're pretty high, but they not. If you get a Ricky to the distance
after card,
especially deck was
doing everything. It's going to be a rocket. Wow.
Yeah.
Your man.
Yeah, I like
that and
have
and still looking at that hand. Curve's looking raggedy. You got to send some of those cards back.
Yep, so what do we see on Dillon's side? We got a Daisy Duck, we got a Lady.
Three.
Have we got an... Oh.
That's it.
Yep.
The tree is in.
Yep, the tree. Yeah, again, one of the powerhouses of the new set, that Grandmother Willow. Just lets you play your one-cost character on turn 1, your tree plus another one-cost character on turn 2. And then I can see that Nani here. So we might see keeping the Nani, playing that on turn 3 as a 2-cost character, and then playing another 1-cost, and then you've just got a lot of value on the board already.
And we do have that Daisy Duck as well, so we have not even altered our hands yet, and it seems like you have a pretty solid start coming in
Dillon
from
may send
Dillon.
some cards back looking for the Emerald Chromicon, but apart from that, sends the Daisy back. Interesting.
I guess Daisy might not be their best card in this matchup, seeing as you don't want to be questing it too early, and she doesn't challenge well without that tramp, enterprising dog.
Yeah.
So electing to send that back early, I don't absolutely hate it.
No, I like it.
Dillon.
Yeah, I mean Dillon clearly knows what they're doing. They're in the top 4, and we're sitting here, so probably has played a few reps on this deck and has some ideas. I think will we see the Chromicon?
Ja, aber gegen Amethyst Steel ist es schon schwierig halt.
Really going to make or break the matchup.
That's the story. Or will Ryan be able to take that initiative back? We saw him do it so effectively on the draw in previous rounds. Can you stay on the draw here and get and make it happen again? Looking at the hand, you do have a 1. Do you have a 2?
I don't see a 2-cost for Ryan here, and his 1-cost is a Palace Guard, which is not really there for challenging.
And we do see a 3-cost, but we see no strength of a Raging Fire. We also have that Satisfied Dragon as we start with this Lady Elegant Spaniel is going to come on through on the play. A nice little robust 1.
Der Palace Guard, da wird Dillon sich freuen.
Get a little strength in
Da kann Lady theoretisch... Ich weiß nicht, ob wir wissen, dass Ryan McGee so Borderman in seinem Deck hat. Es kann sein.
Adversary here, so going on a quest with this Lady is not as free as it normally would be into the 1/4 Palace.
Ach ja, wegen des Tiny Adversary.
Down. Palace Guard will be challenging for 2, removes your Lady, and then you're actually in quite a poor spot.
I concur. I think
ist die Frage, was du jetzt machst.
Is going to have to recognize that quickly and not take this Lords. We have double Go-Go Tamago down into the Inkwell. Probably not favoring that card too much. This Amethyst deck can get very evasive.
It's got a lot of evasive answers, a lot of alert characters, so...
Ja, so rum ja, aber es hat auch so Elsas und so, die dann halt viel Schaden haben und dann... Wobei dann, wenn die Cat kommt... Ne, Gogotomago finde ich generell in diesem Deck auch nicht so toll halt. Ja, die Oma. Ist noch ein One-Drop? Ne.
He'll be able to just play the Nanis, get another character in their hand, and then, they'll just be able to maybe play the value game.
Ja, stimmt eigentlich, ne?
We do not have that 1-cost character available to come down and get some more benefit from this tree. The Grandmother Willow, again, a card that is living up to its reputation as being a completely powerful card. A lot of people are saying broken and all this kind of stuff. I love the fact that it is a powerful card. I'm glad we
sie ist stark.
Otherwise, nobody's going to play it.
Come on, man. It's a powerful card. It's good, but it's not like the end of the world good. I mean, it's a very strong card, and I'm glad that it exists, and it just gives people a little bit more to do and make these decks a little bit more powerful. Sign me up for a broken card. Give me a ban-worthy card as this Nani comes down with only 2 ink.
Give me another Bucky. Is that what you're saying?
Sign me up.
Bring Bucky back.
I love it, man. I like to push it to the limit. I'd rather go dangerous than go safe, I think. Make it dangerous and then dial it back, I think is the...
Bitte jetzt die Oma nehmen oder noch den dritten Gogotomago?
Tenacity they're coming in from the steel player.
Ist es überhaupt Oma? Ja.
2 costs there. I think we got 2 trees, a Go-Go, and I'm not sure what else.
Ich denke, ich würde die Oma auswählen.
Lady, the 5-cost. Miss Park Avenue, I believe.
Gotcha, yep.
And 2 of the Grandmother Willow, and then we have the 1 of Go-Go Tamago, or Tamago.
So we might see the Go-Go here and just ink it. I think...
Könnte man machen, ja.
We may see that into the Inkwell because
super 100% Ink Consistency. Noch mehr Gogotomago in die Tinte. Aber irgendwelche Karten muss man ja auch inken. Ich habe auch Shotgun in meinem Deck.
I'm trying to do my Australian. I'm trying to use how, because we say go. In Australia, there's a gur.
Gur.
How do you say go?
Go.
Gur.
Okay.
Wie cringe das ist.
I say go, you say gur.
I say gur, apparently. Gur.
I'm kidding.
Right.
It's I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Please don't uppercut me. Please don't uppercut me too bad. Okay, gur. I can't even do it now.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, lock in. Okay.
Ja, Leute, lock in, please. Schlimmer als Dance Mood und ich.
Satisfied Dragon is going to come on 2 on 3, being a representative of a Strength of Raging Fire singer. He can do that next turn. We do have an Elsa coming in as well, ready to.
Kommt jetzt erstmal noch mehr Nani.
Another Nani here. Dillon's hand is just full of gas here. Like it's not an aggressive.
It's full of gas, aber
being able to deploy so many characters and a lot of them replacing themselves, so generating a lot of value.
And you can get to a point where you can maybe play this Ursula and potentially
Ursula's not looking bad at all here.
Take a sneak peek.
Yeah, when they've just.
Sie meinen natürlich wahrscheinlich Gasoline, dann eher so. No. Voll der gute Begriff eigentlich. Es ist immer so viel zu schnell leer für das, was man eigentlich damit vorhatte.
King from time to time as the Mowgli is going to find his way into the Inkwell and the Ursula.
Hat der Gegner die Strength of Raging Fire?
Important, and this is a good lesson for people. You want to.
Ja.
We do have the strength. I didn't see that in Ryan's hand.
Weggesnackt.
But yeah, an important lesson.
Stark.
Here. You want to save your Ursulas and your Mowglis until one turn before your opponent's about to deploy it, because it maximizes the chances that that card will be in their hand. And it also means
ich hätte in dem Matchup aber auch ehrlich gesagt Strength of Raging Fire gemalligant und geinkt und halt darauf gewartet, dass ich es von oben ziehe. Und nicht da gesessen und gewartet, dass ich gleich ausspiele.
Is basically playing an interaction on your opponent's turn, essentially. You are disrupting their play. You had to set your deck up in a way to have a card like Nani and a card like Ursula in your deck, and it all works together to be able to counter what your opponent is about to do to you. That is the beauty of this game, where people are like, oh
yeah, da drüben geht's gleich weiter.
Well, you kind of can, but you kind of can't. And I think plays like that are really cool. And like you said, timing it at the right moment is a skill expression, man.
That's right.
I really enjoy that. And I think that's probably why Dillon is sitting here holding his golden Mickey, because of the preparation that they did.
Er sollte ihn jetzt so in der Hand halten die ganze Zeit.
Into the deck while including certain things. Mowgli is back at it again. Just take a sneak peek.
Was haben wir hier im Halbfinale?
These two Elses in hand are looking pretty juicy on this board.
We have the Elegant Spaniel game. We can go tramp for free. Big tramp.
Jake Knowles gegen Kyle Wilson, Emerald Sapphire Mirror Match. Und 4 White gegen Chinese Name. Das gleiche Matchup wie das hier. Sie wollen uns doch sicher nochmal 4 White zeigen. Come on.
Knowing the cards that are in your opponent's hand as well, I believe you saw that there was an Elsa coming in next turn.
And yeah,
und jetzt nicht Jake Knowles gegen Kyle Wilson Mirror Match. Das ist das Langweiligste. Vor allem ist das super geeignet als Plan B, weil da kann man dann später noch reingucken.
Was that a big tramp in hand?
Might be. He might. Yeah, you might be right. I think if I've got big tramp there, I just slam it though. I flip 7 cards and look for an escape artist.
Maybe, or if that's the case, I think questing those 90s, that still leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters on board.
So you can play it very cheap.
You can dig for the tramp, find your Chromacon, play tramp and Chromacon in the same turn.
Chromacon or just the 5-cost lady.
And pass. Yeah.
Ja, Dillon wird wahrscheinlich auch noch wirklich gleich gewonnen haben. Wenn echt Amethyst Steel nicht mal gut ist in diesem Matchup, was geht denn da dann? Wir gucken gleich. Wo wir das gleiche Matchup sehen. Wird auch Ryan kurzen Prozess machen aus Dillon.
Sven's going to challenge in. So,
gucken.
of all the posturing that's going on, the Dogs deck is still only on 2 laws. So it's not completely everything's on fire panic mode for Ryan McGee just yet.
Gut vorstellbar.
Yeah, this is he's going to need to find something here. He's just losing.
Aber nicht in diesem Game, ne?
Fire was very disruptive. And this Sven here trades with the Nani, so it's not exactly where Ryan wants to be at this point in the game.
Oh, for sure. Is there a world where you try to save that for a better target? But I'm probably not. Oh, that's not the big body tramp. That is the Mrs. Park Avenue, I believe. And I'm not quite sure. We're going to find out here next turn. If you don't have tramp, you probably just draw it. And we just elect to quest, leaving Nani free and clear. And it looks like we have another Grandmother Willow that can be deployed here, and that is Miss Park Avenue.
There's currently no 1 or 2 costs in the discard pile for Dillon here, so we might see some aggressive questing trying to
you have a line. I mean, it's kind of a weird play, but you
can
can
auch traden halt.
Send a character in and clear this genie, and then shift
it or just play it. No, he's got 4 ink plus the Willow, so he could just hard cast it at this point.
And play it and get your
Ja, ich würde auch den Genie abtraden wahrscheinlich.
Or something like that. That's not the worst play in the universe.
Aber dann so nur +1.
But it seems fun enough to try to kind of do something.
Yeah, we may also just see Dillon play a tree here, just quest everything, and
ja, die machen Pause, cool.
The next turn, but that does expose a lot of your characters. All right, slow playing it with the Mowgli here,
just to kind of keep hedging against this Earth. Strength over Raising Fire. These Mowglis swinging on in, taking a sneak peek of the hand.
These Elsas are looking really nice on this board, though. We got a couple of ladies that. Yeah, they'd be quite happy to challenge into.
And it might be gearing up for this line as there she is. Ursula gets loose onto this Satisfied Dragon. And we will go ahead and play that 3 ink for the shift.
And we'll just get the 1 card back if I'm not mistaken. So not maximum value there. And it's just another... Every turn, Dillon's just like, what's in your hand? What's in your hand? Show me the hand. So...
And at a certain point, though, Dillon is doing some really cool plays and building this very, very nice board. But you don't have your Chromacon access just yet. You're going to have to start getting some lore. And there it is. The quest is starting.
4, 5, 6, 7. So...
And the 1 Mowgli.
So Sven can challenge into the lady... What's her name again, JDZ?
That is
Park Avenue?
Miss Park Avenue, yeah.
So we might see Sven challenge in there. We can see Hades challenge into the Nani or the Lilo, perhaps. But yeah, it's Dillon's just got such a wide board, and Ryan just doesn't have great ways to deal with it at this point.
But we do have Elsa into Elsa. I think you might have to start sending some of those Elsas. And Nani has been such a boon for this deck as well. Just having that 3/3 goes a long way because she can actually challenge quite effectively, too.
Yep. I totally agree. This Nani has been huge this game.
I think Hades can get a plus there. You can go ahead and send this Leaping Reindeer into this Mrs. Park Avenue. And then you can send the Elsa in probably to one of those man cubs. And get some pluses where you can. I mean, you're just trying to take off as many characters as possible to kind of play around a potential top deck tramp street smart dog because you know what's coming.
Yep. And I think this Palace Guard, we're going to need to see it either starting to challenge in or questing. It's just, you got to get something going on Ryan's side here because 1 Lord at 10, you're really falling behind and your opponent just feels like they've had all the play this game. So, yeah, I'd like to see either a challenge here or just go on a quest even. I think you've got to...
The Willow.
Du musst halt mal was machen, ja.
If they want to challenge into you, I think you're happy with that.
Is there a world? Is that Olaf drying? What's his stats?
Drying.
He's drying. Okay,
Just,
so he can't challenge.
Came down, so we had the Elsa and the Olaf this turn.
Okay. I would have liked to see that. Maybe Willow not doing too much damage to you psychologically. I mean, just the psychological damage she's doing to you. I think it might be enough to get her off the board. But leaving her around, I still think now the Tramp is available and the Lilo coming back for a discount feels awful.
I think we just saw another one of those big Tramps off the top.
Oh, man.
This is going to be powerful. Yep.
Yeah, and there he is. Oh, man. Yeah, so when it rains, it pours. As Lilo comes back, snowballs into the big body Tramp. That is the first one we've seen of the day. You're talking about another card that is just messed up. I think Tramp Enterprising Dog is one of those cards that we talked about pushing the limits of game design. I think we did it here. We could dial it back a little bit. Okay.
And then if they find another big Tramp here, they can play it for 1.
Yeah.
So
I mean, again, take another way. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they pushed it to the limit and designed this card and put it into the game and said, hey, deal with that. But let's dial it back a little bit.
Let's 2-6. 2-6 for 2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Knock it off. All right. Let's cut it. Let's cut it out. I think Tramp is that line that we need to be walking a tightrope on when we're dealing with as the Chromacon now finding its way.
The Chromacon is too slow here. Are we keeping a second one, or are we just sending it here?
I think we might be shipping those cards. What did you keep?
Yeah,
you sent some really good ones now.
Yeah. We had a Chromacon in there. We had a Nani, so...
Interesting approach. But I do like the way that Dillon is approaching this matchup. I think if you are interested in playing the Amber and Emerald Dog strategy versus Amethyst Steel, take notes of what you're saying here on the stream because this gameplay has been absolutely 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
we recommend.
I totally agree. Dillon's just knows exactly what they want to do at every point.
The confidence, where he's playing, he's getting right to where he wants to be, and he's playing with so much, just so deliberate, man. And I think that's just a sign of a very confident player. You're sitting here at the top 4. And you could just tell that he's gone through these lines over and over and over and over again. And it's coming, you're getting rewarded for that effort, as we are going to play.
Ja, jetzt verhaust du erstmal Mowgli, Oma und Lilo, würde ich sagen.
See an easy way to get rid of this tramp. I think he's going to survive this turn.
You got to send the farm, man. You got to send everybody in. You're going 2-4-6 to this thing because you cannot survive in Under the Sea.
Ach so, weil du sonst so tot bist vom Under the Sea. Stimmt, man könnte auch mit 3 Stück reinhauen. Ah ja, jetzt 3 Mann in den Tramp. Aber er macht es nicht. Ja stimmt, das reicht ja dann eigentlich auch. Klee jetzt noch die beiden Moglis. Bounce dir wieder deine Elsa.
Which, you know, at this point, Ryan, it feels like he's starting to establish a bit of board control, but 1 law versus 13, you're just going to need to draw a lot of answers because every character that Dillon plays for the rest of the game is going to be problematic to deal with.
And that was a pretty nice crackback coming in from Ryan, able to recover that Elsa to give yourself another turn. Also putting another line of challenge on.
Ich glaube nicht, dass ich die Elsa geinkt hätte, um noch diesen Palace Guard rauszulassen. Das war ja crap, glaube ich. Die Elsa wäre noch voll nützlich gewesen gleich.
And protect yourself, because had an Undersea been able to be staying there with this Tramp and another one of those Mowglis or something, the game literally just ends there on the spot for you, and there's no way you can recover from that. So Ryan, also a call and response. You see what your opponent is doing, and now you try to put the kibosh on their plan.
All right,
absolutely love this game.
I think Dillon has another Lady Miss Park Avenue in hand. They decide not to tap exert
what's that? Okay.
So we see that coming out. So they decided not to exert their ink in order to get some cards back. They just hoped to draw an inkable off the top, and they ended up getting the inkable. If they got an uninkable there and they were stuck with the Lady Miss Park Avenue and some uninkable card in hand, they were in a very, very tricky position.
And you have to take those chances. You got to risk it for the biscuit from time to time, I believe. I mean, you have to do what you got to do, as I believe now in this spot, you are still kind of trying to hedge yourself against an Under the Sea off the top. I think Elsa comes through and getting that big body Tramp off the board.
I think you got a challenge in here.
You do it, and that's just so much lore. But also, you're just watching out for that damage. Granted, keep in mind, this is still game number 1. We saw 3 copies of Go-Go Tomago go down to the Inkwell much earlier on, and you have 4 copies, 3 ain't 4. It still is a thing that can happen to you, and you have to run those numbers, do those statistics in real time under the big lights in the bright city of Melbourne right now. So I don't know if that's something that you are going to want to be able to do when the Tramp goes down.
And I like challenging the Tramp here because it saves the 2 Elsas who can potentially challenge the Lady on the next turn.
You need to get to a Cheshire Cat now off the
Cheshire Cat would be very nice here, but yeah, it's just Dillon. Every turn they've just found an opportunity to quest. Their lore's just been creeping up. They're up to 15. It looks like this Lady's going to survive another turn, so we'll go up to 17. So yeah, Ryan's really either going to need some cats or some strengths, or ideally both off the top, and then
you need to be able to do something. Go-Go here is just
Go-Go
so
is just
strong.
A blowout here. Yep.
And we are bringing that Lilo back, checking the hand. It's another Lilo. Bobby Zimaruski is going to be feeding into an Ursula Deceiver, kicking out that Lilo.
Another one of those Lilos into the discard pile here. So yeah, Dillon just generating more and more value.
And that's a problem, and that's 2 more lore being established into the field of play. We're at 17 now, so we saw that there is a Violet Saberwing in hand. Hades looking for a deal is going to be draw you 2 cards.
So we're going to need 2 Strength of the Raging Fires or something here.
Yeah, something to get after these ready characters. A song would be nice. Violet's played. Dark Bold Knight, get 2. Wait a minute.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Gives us a bit more challenging power, but we needed this several turns ago to turn this Palace Guard into like all of our other characters.
A battering ram.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Elsa and Palace Guard can clear the Lilo, and then we can go double Elsa into the Park Avenue, leaving 2 lore up. That'll put you at 19, so you will give yourself another turn to find it. But still, being at 1 lore, this is just such a difficult position to come back from anyone.
Dog stack does. It's just endless pressure, and then once you deal with the characters, and you're like, oh, that's over finally. I'm glad I got those off the board. We either see the Lady Miss Park Avenue recur the characters, or we just see these Lelos just keep coming back and coming back.
That's basically draw 2 every single turn.
Exactly. That's how it feels.
And you have to use your board to be able to. Calhoun would be nice. I'm not even sure you're playing Calhoun.
Yeah, we got 2 Calhouns, but we just didn't see a 2-drop on Ryan's side here. We're not seeing any copies of the Black Widow either, so.
Yeah. Black Heron. Yeah,
Black Heron, that's the one.
Is she even in the deck anymore?
No, she is not in the deck.
Shout out to Black Heron, man. She just came in for a
really
second,
like that card.
fell out of the map instantly there. That 2 cost. Vanilla character. We're going to need Doc into a ton of songs. Calhoun, better late than never, I would say. But I think
the writing
Aber was machst du
on
jetzt?
this one. Yeah, we've got
Da geht gar nichts mehr.
staring us down. We've only got 3 established who can challenge, so yeah, this one's looking all but over.
Wobei, nö, man bräuchte eigentlich nur... Weißt du, was jetzt voll nützlich wäre, diese Elsa?
We kick the Doc.
We're just looking for answers.
Looking for a strength of a rating fire, and that's it. I think that gets it done as Mr. Dillon LeDuc is going to knock it out of the park.
Man hätte wohl dann trotzdem verloren, aber...
An expert gamesmanship coming in from this Amber Emerald player.
Vielleicht auch nicht. Erst einen Turn später halt.
Some serious conundrums there and negotiated those obstacles relatively effectively.
Yeah, he was. It was really like didn't see the Chromic on that game, but just was able to flood the board on strength.
Matchup. I would assume getting a character on 2, right?
Wait, it's Palace Guard, but also Violet.
Yeah. 1 cost characters on 2, the Captain Hooks and all that.
Ah ja, hier können wir sehen, wie sie schon die Hand
In
ziehen.
the previous set, and we used her while we could, and then we turned our back.
Da kann ich kurz noch mehr Kaffee machen.
Vorbereiten.
Wasser heiß machen.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. If you miss your 2 Ghost character, you just play another Captain Hook or whatever it might be. But yeah, definitely Palace Guard was a pretty poor 1-drop with only the 1 strength, and then
we do have that Tiny Adversary as well.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I must have missed that one. Yep.
Okay.
So Tiny Adversary, I wonder if we keep that here, or if we
Eventuell sollte ich dafür den Pot mitnehmen.
Yeah, if you have a 1, 2, 3 play, I think I would keep that as a 2. I'm looking for a turn 3, and then I'm sending the rest. I'm looking for a strength, I suppose, but at the same time, you saw your opponent Ursula use
your
so
opponent
effectively.
is looking for it for sure. I think Ryan kept 1 here. I would be quite confident that card would be Calhoun because he's sent a couple of very good 2-cost characters back, so we might be seeing the Calhoun come out. But yeah, definitely the cards that Ryan wants. Captain Hook on 1, Calhoun on 2, Cheshire Cat on 3, and then just go from there.
I concur. But it's just such, though, having Ursula and Mowgli, I mean, you can avoid 1, but just negotiating around 2 of those cards, and you just know they're going to get them. They have 6 copies of those cards. With the alter system that we have in our game, again, as I was talking about, one of my biggest complaints about the game, if I have to have a complaint, is that the game is just too consistent. I mean, you get to do your thing too much. I like to see people struggling a bit.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a real complaint. It's just something, the way I feel.
Yeah.
And getting Ursula and Mowgli, you're going to see those cards every single time. And now Ryan has to play with that information. And a player like Dillon can use that to an advantage from time to time.
All right, here we see the
Cobra's
Daisy
down.
this game, though. So, yeah. And, yeah, I like this quest. I really like this quest from Ryan. I think you've got to try and get low when you can against the stock deck. And if you can exert enough pressure and make them challenge into you, that's where you want to be. And
Ja, Dillon, was kannst du?
Because, Amethyst Steel has a lot of quite good characters. You've got your Elsas, you've got your Genies, you've got your Calhouns. Fueling their hand can feel a bit bad at time to time, so we may just see him.
Was ist dieser 2-Drop? Ist das eine Saberwing?
I think so. I think
Violet Saberwing?
And we do
Ja, ne?
use that Bobby Zimmerowski to get that out of hand. I would like to see maybe you set up that Daisy Duck as a competent challenger. If you have that Tramp enterprising dog can come out and boast the strength of that Daisy. We talked about it earlier in lines that Amber and Emerald would be searching for. Cheshire Cat down on 3. I would love to see that Daisy. She's a very competent challenger in certain situations.
And Ryan just deciding whether they want to risk the trample on here.
Ja, einen kaputt machen kann man immer.
And then Dillon's able to trample to say the Daisy and challenge in. You lose the character, and you just got 1 for 0. But I think, again, you've got to try and exert some pressure against this dog's deck, so I like that quest a lot.
And having that evasive Violet Saber Wing, just being able to quest in the Palace Guard, questing freely, you also are playing cards like Delamoon's Lullaby, which exists, and you can pop that Palace Guard for a double plus, essentially, because you get to draw a card as well. And we'll take some tempo down. You can't sing that. And that's a cool play that you have access to. Strength of Raging Fire is online. We saw Ursula go down to the Inkwell early. Maybe we play one of those mobile effects here, if you have it, to check the hand one more time. And we don't. It's Chroma time.
Oof. So Dillon just saying, Yeah, if you want to race, let's do it. Let's
play.
But yeah, chooses not to quest here. So yeah, I think this that Ryan's in quite a good position here.
I think you're trying to save your board to get a Tramp off.
Yep, I think you're right.
Yeah,
yep.
Tramp in Chromacon supported by Tramp feels very nice. So, and you have no answer in your 60 cards to deal with an item at all. You just have to kind of hope that you can finesse it through your decision making and challenging and see.
Oh yeah.
Again, at the final tables of top 4 is the last place.
Kannst du es finageln?
With Chromacon map, I'm telling you, it's stressful.
Yeah, for sure. And under the cameras with the lights and everything, trying to think of all the different lines that you can take.
Aber anscheinend, ja, na klar, diese beiden Faktoren spielen halt so gegeneinander. Je mehr man tiefer in das Turnier kommt, desto mehr sind so schlechtere Spieler schon eliminiert, aber desto mehr auch sind alle mehr ausgelaugt. Und dann sieht man teilweise auch so halt Bad Plays von guten Playern. Aber der gute Player-Faktor scheint zu überwiegen, denn das Emerald Comic Con wird doch immer schwächer.
Yeah, I mean, but if you get blasted by
je später wir es sehen.
That is bad, man.
You need that cat to do some heavy lifting for you, and maybe you could think your opponent's trying to lull you into a false sense of.
Wir dürfen gespannt sein, ob der Gegner ist und playt mit seinem exzellenten Decision Making oder ob er jetzt im Ass ist von Dillon und seiner Emerald Comic Con Magic.
Take a risk sometime.
Alright, so we might see with the Willow, it looks like another Daisy in hand. Daisy for free, and then we can play the big Tramp for
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's strong.
Nee, die Haare sind durch für heute, Alter.
Grandmother Willow just showing up.
That is strong, man.
That is a lot.
Wird Zeit, dass sie mal wieder was kürzer sind oder noch länger.
This is one of the problems with this Amethyst Steel deck. There's just not a lot of questing power in the first few turns.
Yeah, and this is one of those Tramps that is even more powerful because you have the ability to discard and keep cards in your hand. So that's when Tramp is at its even more brokenness. And we are also sending that escape artist down into the discard pile.
Always feels amazing for this deck. It feels like drawing an extra card every turn when you get to the card.
Wow, geil.
With Chromacon, is there a better combo? Does you keep coming back and now you keep bouncing things?
I couldn't name one.
Grotesque, I must say. And you're also keeping that Lady Park Avenue in hand as well. So you are setting yourself up for another potential Go-Go return, Mowgli return, turning your discard pile into like a little pseudo toolbox.
All right, so let's start counting here. So Dillon, if they quest everything here, they go to 4. If they quest everything the next turn, they go to 14. Whereas on Ryan's side, we're up to 5. If we quest everything, we are up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah,
ja, eine Race-Situation. Gute Rechnung.
So Ryan's either going to need to deploy some questing pressure or find a way to remove.
Ist Dillon denn bei 5?
Because these Daisy effects.
Ne, es sieht aus, als wäre Ryan bei 5, ja. Ach so. So rum haben sie gerechnet. Ryan kann jetzt so auf 10 gehen. Gewinnt er in 2 Turns. Er sollte jetzt auch aggressiv werden, weil das Emerald Comic Con defensiv zu besiegen ist unendlich schwer. Kompliziert und auch nicht, selbst wenn man alles richtig macht, immer noch nicht so das Einfachste zu bewerkstelligen hinsichtlich der Karten, die man gezogen haben muss. Wenn er jetzt einfach reinstellt, mit allen! Stell rein mit allen! Mach 5 Lore! Ja, natürlich, du willst nicht gegen das Comic-Con kämpfen. Du willst den Gegner in die Defensive, erstens willst du den Gegner sowieso in die Defensive drängen in diesem Matchup, es ist nur nicht so leicht. Aber der Gegner bietet es dir ja gerade an. Und er legt noch das Comic-Con und chillt noch extra lang. Nur gut. Jetzt kann Dillon schon eigentlich nichts mehr machen, so glaube ich. Dillon hat keinen Lore. Er kann sich jetzt allerdings wohl so 2, 4, 6, 8 Lore machen. Dann hat er so 8. Und dann kann er nächste Runde auch schon Storytime haben. Und den Zustand erzeugt haben, wo er nächste Runde gewonnen hat und Ryan nicht. Aber das ist nicht so gut, wenn man das erzeugt als Beatdown-Deck, wie wenn man diesen Zustand erzeugt als Control-Deck. Deswegen muss er sich jetzt gut überlegen, weil sonst die Daisies ja Ryan auch noch Handkarten geben. Die er dann möglicherweise benutzen kann to Devastating-Effekt. Er wird natürlich dann ein bisschen clearen müssen, aber wenn er Glück hat, muss er nur eine clearen. Es liegt daran, was jetzt noch so alles nachgespielt wird. Also wenn er jetzt 8 Lore machen würde, aber er wird schon anfangen zu challengen.
So Dillon has set up a 2-turn clock here. They're going to quest out here and then they just win the game on the next turn. So
ja, aber er gewinnt das Spiel nächste Runde nur so genau, ne? Er macht jetzt 2, 4, 6, 8 und hat dann noch 5 nachgelegt. Dann ist er so bei 13. Das heißt, es muss dann Ryan nur zum Beispiel den Lilo Escape Artist wegmachen, damit es wieder nicht genug ist. Und zwar am besten macht er ihn weg mit der Lena Saberwing, weil man dann nicht verliert gegen den Gogo Tomago Seeker. Und Ryan kann dann immer noch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lore machen und auf 15 sein. Und selbst wenn er nichts ausspielt von der Hand, dann trotzdem ist die Situation, wo er nächste Runde gewonnen hat und Dillon nicht. Und dann muss Dillon anfangen zu traden. Und dann ist die Frage, wie das letzten Endes ausgehen wird. Dillon hat natürlich jede Menge Material. Am Ende gewinnt er den Trade War sogar. Aber erstmal jetzt gerade ist es noch nicht so schlimm. Es wäre ideal für Dillon, so noch mehr nachzulegen.
Oh yeah, and we do. I think it's the only card in hand that we're keeping, so...
It's in that Delamoon's Lullaby as well, so you are not worried at all, and the questing has commenced. Daisy reveals Elsa.
That's not terrible, but yeah, just...
Die bringt nicht so viel jetzt gerade.
So slow right now. If you get to play it for 5...
Ja, wobei, die ist doch, doch. Sie kann ja die Lilo farmen.
So yeah,
Gut.
This is again these extra cards in hand. If there was no Chromacon and your opponent was able to clear your board, then the extra cards might be worth a bit more. But
that is not. It's not that bad, but still getting something.
Doch, es macht dich fertig halt.
And really putting a more pressure on your opponent, being able to quest freely. Got the grandmother.
Wobei, eigentlich doch nicht, ne? Weil jetzt, was ist denn, wenn er jetzt 3 Lore macht? Ach so, aber kann er dann noch 4 Lore Value nachlegen? Ich glaube nicht. Er müsste so Genie legen und dann noch Christopher Robin. Dann hätte er den Dog-Spieler wieder geforst. Dann hätte er Storytime mit der Gegner nicht, weil der Gegner hat jetzt keine 15 Lore, oder? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13. Ne, er ist 2 Short. Nächste Runde gewinnt er nicht.
Now you're staring down 3 characters versus 8 characters, and Ryan just even challenging here feels horrible because
aber er braucht jetzt Guys für 4 Lore Value und mit 6 Ink muss er die rauslassen. Er kann super die kleinen Charaktere droppen versuchen. Halt breit. Aber Genie, 4 und Christopher Robin würden es halt machen. Ich weiß nicht, ob er Christopher Robin im Deck hat. Ich glaube, Schrägstrich hoffe. Oh ja, wir sehen gleich Amethyst Steel gegen Emerald Sapphire. Ich fürchte, da wird Fia verlieren.
Lilo now adjusting, falling in flank, pulling up a next position next to the Daisy Duck. That's a lot of lore coming back your way, man.
All right, JDZ, hear me out. Next tournament, are we going to see the turn 5 Marshmallow card into the turn 6 Demona and just freeze your opponent's board?
Now
maybe that's where we need to go with this deck.
Spice.
Yep.
Marshmallow.
I've seen that card have
that
some
Marshmallow. Oof. It can be pretty spicy.
And we are going to send that Hades looking for a deal. Back to the hand. It's a spin. The rough ride and leaping Liz. Oh, he coming through. Ain't hurting no bell. Says Ryan as we bounce the Cheshire Cat. Look at all those cards in hand, by the way.
So that, I mean, that was a good turn for Ryan. He's slowly whittling the board down, but just these Lilos just going to keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. And yeah, the Willow's just...
Oh, no.
That tree is devastating.
Yeah, this is tough. Yeah, Ryan is
every turn.
Erinnert mich ein bisschen an die Oma von Absolum, jetzt wo ich so drüber nachdenke.
That's brutal. Calhoun,
where was that?
Da ist, glaube ich, die Mutter.
You've been having a nap.
Where were you Christmas, dude? Why can't I find you?
Ach so, ja, Dillon gewinnt. Okay, sure.
Now, as the questing continues until morale improves, as that's a ton of lore being added. We're at 12. One lonely leaping reindeer Sven staring down eternity. A lot of characters in play with an Amethyst Emerald Chromacon established.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ne, es reicht nicht.
Comfortable in the spot that they're in.
Oder?
Send it in and run
Er müsste noch 2 killen.
Yep. We just had a question in chat. Is Ryan running any item removal? The answer is no. There's no Benjas, there's no Plutos, there's none of the Donald Sled, the new 5 costs. So.
And I honestly feel at this point there are so many high impact items in the metagame right now. I think I've seen enough. I think we gotta bring them back.
Yeah, I mean we saw the Snowfall Brainbuster the other day, and that is not where you want to be. So we see the Sven redeployed, challenging down a Lilo, getting bounced back to hand. Well, maybe on the next turn we've got 8 ink. We can play it, they can bounce it, and we can play it again. You never know of it.
Aber jetzt ist er doch schon tot.
Yep, I think
Ryan's just doing everything they can here to survive.
Ah ne, er hat nur 7, ja.
Lilo has began to ready, and you can bring back another
For
Lilo.
1 with the Willow.
Und sie zeigen drüben nochmal das Deck von Miss Lorcana.
This is so brutal.
You just cannot get rid of them.
This is so brutal. This is a combo, man. We're talking synergies, man.
Lilo plus Emerald Chromicon is just...
You can't beat it.
Absolute
I mean,
nightmare.
without, you just cannot deploy enough characters in time.
Yeah.
You just cannot beat it.
Ne, du musst racen halt, aber hat er nicht gemacht und...
Locked in
Okay.
an endless Genjutsu Tsukiyomi, man. You can't get out of this. You're trapped. It's just tough, man. Maybe Calhoun
Nicht die Anime-Reference.
earlier, but gain some lore.
It's just...
Ich verstehe nichts davon.
With the cards that Ryan was dealt this game, I think they played it perfectly. But just this Dogs deck, man, it just shuts the door.
Yeah.
With his Grandmother Willow, everything's just
willst du
accelerated.
jetzt noch machen?
That big tramp coming down, and then
Yep.
once we saw those 2 Lilos go into the discard pile off the tramp, it was just brutal.
And I love how Ryan is just
playing
through,
it out, you know.
for the vibes, man. But wow,
Yeah, well done to Dillon.
I do feel for Ryan
Yep.
and the way that matchup went, but taking absolutely
Okay.
nothing away from Dillon LeDuc, who came through and did what he needed to do.
Wow, wie er das rausgerannt hat.